God says in Ecclesiastes chapter number 10 and verse 15 that the labor of the foolish wearies every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. When people lack knowledge of how, all they do brings nothing but weariness to them. My prayer for you today is that whatever weariness that you have brought yourself under because of ignorance, as you hear this word today, such will be dissolved and destroyed completely in the precious name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I want to speak on how to be healed of any sickness. How anyone who is sick can be healed of any sickness. And I want to begin by letting you know that healing is God's way for all. No matter the kind of sickness or disease you may have presently, healing is the will of God for you. I will say to you, anyone can be healed of any sickness in spite of how terribly sick such may be. I say it again, just anyone, and I mean anyone, can be healed of any sickness in spite of how terribly sick such may be, if and only if such a person knows how to be healed. The problem of sickness is not because of unavailability of God's healing power. The major reason why many people are dying sick or suffering in sickness and disease is because they don't know how to be healed. When you lack knowledge of how, you destroy yourself. God says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. When you don't know how, you labor and you wear yourself out until you ruin yourself. When you lack knowledge of how, you wear yourself out, toiling to get something accomplished, yet nothing happens. So, knowledge of how becomes a non negotiable requirement in your quest for healing. That's why this one is coming. Please, I pray to God that you will embrace every single word coming right now with all of your heart, for everything called sickness will be dissolved as though they never existed. Once you get a clear understanding of how, you can be free. I want to tell you, in the book of Luke, chapter 5 and verse 15, the Bible said that the multitudes came to Jesus Christ for what? To hear him and to be healed by him of their sicknesses. I want to read from the Webster translation of the Bible, Luke 5 and verse 15. But so much the more a fame of him went abroad, and the great multitudes came together to hear and to be healed by him of their infirmities. There is a how to be healed. They came to hear and to be healed. They came to hear and to be healed. Failure to hear is to remain sick and die sick. They came to hear. Today, people want prayer. Say, Pastor, pray for me. Ambassador, pray for me. That is not the thing. Jesus Christ never healed any single one that was sick in the Bible by prayer. Not one person. If you find one, know that Jesus Christ is not true. There was not one person that Jesus Christ healed, that he healed by praying. Not one person. So these idea of man of God, pray for me, woman of God, pray for me, apostle, pray for me. This idea of ministers praying and sweating to heal the sick is not scriptural. Jesus came here as the living word made flesh. Everywhere he went, the Bible says he was anointed by God with the Holy Spirit, and he went about doing good, healing all of them that were oppressed of the devil. How did he heal them? God sent his word and he healed them and delivered them from their destruction. Psalm 107 and verse 20. God sent his word and he healed them and delivered them from their destructions. Proverbs chapter 4 from verse 20. My son, listen to my words, or give attention to my words. He said, and give attention to my sayings. Listen to my words and give attention to my sayings. Listen to my words and give attention to my sayings. Don't let my words depart from your eyes. Keep my words in the midst of your heart. For my words are life to those that find them, and my words are health to all of their flesh. If you are looking for health to all of your flesh, look for the word. If you want to be free from any kind of sickness or disease, no matter where it is hiding in your body, look for the word. For the word is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. It can pierce through to divide asunder bone and marrow. It can separate soul from the spirit. It can discern the thoughts and the intents of the heart. There is nothing that is hidden from the word, from the eyes of him with whom we have to do. All things stand bare and naked before the word. The word created every part of man. The word reaches every part of man because the word sees every part of man. So if any disease or any sickness is hiding in any part of your body, expose yourself to the word. Just like a plant that is weak is exposed to the sunlight to be strengthened, you need the sun of righteousness to shine upon your entire being, spirit and soul and body. If sickness and weakness must be terminated and wiped away from your system. So as I bring this word, I want you to know for sure that you can be healed of anything in spite of how terribly sick you may be right now. If only you can expose yourself to the word as I'm bringing to you right now, because without the word was nothing ever made that has been made. Whatever we take God, we require the word. Whatever will involve God, we require the word. Whatever God will do, we require the word. If you need God, then go for the word. For if you get the word, you get God. My prayer for you is that you will never toy with your destiny, looking for cheap prayers to be free from sickness, because you are going to kill yourself, wear yourself out, toiling, looking for healing. The labor of the foolish destroys every single one of them for their foolishness. Some people suffered in the Bible, and each time I read the account, I feel for them. There was a man in John chapter 5 who was paralyzed for 38 years. He was a paralytic. He was going to where the angel comes once in a while to stir the water. He was there for 38 years sick. Before Christ was born, he was already sick. After Christ began ministry, he was still sick. He heard of many people that were healed, yet he remained where he was. He was laboring to be healthy or to be healed and be healthy, yet he was laboring foolishly. The labor of the foolish wearies every one of them because they do not know. Once you lack knowledge, you labor until you wear yourself out. Every day he went there looking for healing. Let the angel come and steer. When the one who created the angel, Jesus, was there, he was still going, waiting for an angel to come and steer. Meanwhile, in the book of Luke, chapter 2, the angels came and announced to the shepherds that in their city is born this day Jesus, who is called the Christ, the anointed one, whose mission is to take off burdens from the shoulders of people and yokes from the necks of people and destroy the yokes by the anointing. The anointed one has been born. So the ministry of angels going to steer was over. After that, the angels departed and went to heaven. So from that day, nobody bothered about the pool again. The man was there foolishly seeking to be healed and doing it wrongly. And for 38 years he suffered. For 38 years he suffered. Until Christ had mercy and went there to bear him out. In Acts chapter 3, from verse 1, there was a man who they carried to the gate of the temple. For 40 years, that man was carried to that gate to beg for alms of those who were going into the temple to worship. That means that man was there before Christ was born. After Christ was born and lived and did his ministry, the man was going there. Even when Christ came in John chapter 2 and was in that place, looking at those who were casting money into the treasury. John chapter 2, Luke chapter 21, 1 to 4, and Mark chapter 12, 41 to 43. Jesus Christ was there when people were coming to cast their money into the treasury. A widow came and cast in 2 mites, which was all her living. It was in the temple. Jesus Christ was there. The man was at the gate. The man was at the gate. Instead of him to go to Jesus, he was there. In Matthew 21 and verse 14, the Bible said they brought to Jesus Christ in the temple those who were blind and lame. Matthew 21 and verse 14. They brought to Jesus Christ those who were lame and blind and lame, and he healed every single one of them. Yet the man was lame and at the beautiful gate. How stupid. The labor of the foolish wearies every one of them because they do not know how. Those two suffered terribly. 38 years and 40 years. God forbid. That is how so many are suffering today. Healing is here. I am sent to bring healing to the whole world. I am sent to heal a zillion. 7th of January, 2012, Jesus Christ appeared to me. I tell the truth and I lie not. He said to me, heal a zillion, and wrote it and gave me on a written format. And he wrote beside what he wrote, he said heal a zillion mandate. He wrote Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 17. A wicked messenger falls into ruin, but a faithful ambassador brings health. His health brings health. His health brings healing, depending on the version you are using. King James says his health. New King James says brings health. RSV says brings healing. NIV says brings healing. He is health first, so he brings such as he has been given. Christ said, freely you have received, freely go and give. I have received the healing. I have received his health. So I am sent to bring to the whole world what he sent me with. As he was sent to the world, so he has sent me to the world. I embody his healing power and virtues. And anywhere I appear, sickness must leave that environment. That's my mission. Anyone that encounters me must be free from sickness. So it is important for me to let you know that healing is available. Don't die sick. There is healing available presently. Second, after the 7th of January encounter, 2 days later, on the 9th, Jesus Christ came again. It was a period of waiting for me. He came again. And he gave me Acts 10:38. He said, that's your job description. I was anointed and sent, and I went everywhere doing good and healing all who were oppressed of the devil. That is your mission. That's your mandate. That's your assignment. That's your job description. You have been anointed by me. Go. Do good to all. That means stop every evil. And heal all who are oppressed of the devil. It's an assignment. It's an assignment I'm given. There is healing right now. Don't labor foolishly looking for healing where you can't get it. There's a woman in the Bible in Mark chapter number 5, from verse 25 to verse 34. She has suffered for 12 years in the hands of doctors because of a hemorrhage or issue of blood. Bible says she spent all she had and was nothing bettered. There was no improvement. Rather, she grew worse. She lost all her income, all her wealth, all her money, trying to secure healing. She labored foolishly and paid dearly for it. Please, you don't have to go through such experiences anymore. She labored. That's not it. That's not what to do. She labored. She labored. She labored. In Luke chapter 13, there was a daughter of Abraham who was always going to the synagogue where the pastor does not have any anointing. That synagogue ruler had no anointing to heal the sick. So this precious daughter of Abraham was always going to that synagogue. For 18 years, she was under the torture of Satan. In Luke chapter 4, verse 40, they brought to Jesus Christ all those who were sick in the city. He laid his hands on every single one of them and healed them. In Luke chapter 5, verse 15, Jesus Christ was there. They came to hear him and to be healed. That woman never came. In Luke chapter 6, 17 to 19, Jesus Christ, Bible says concerning him, that they came to hear him. Great multitudes came to hear him and to be healed by him of their infirmities or sickness or disease. And those who were demon possessed, they came and they were healed. The anointing that Christ released within that period was so much that even those who couldn't be reached by Christ just merely touched him, touched the hem of his clothes, and all of them that touched were healed. That woman was alive. She never came. She has been suffering for 18 years. So she must have heard the spirit, because Bible said the fame of Christ went abroad. Everybody heard. The woman with the issue of blood came in Luke chapter 8 and got her healing. This daughter of Abraham was still going to that synagogue. So many of you are going to the wrong church. You are in a church where you know your pastor cannot do anything to free you from sickness, yet you are going there. It's not foolishness. The labor of the foolish. You pray to God for healing. You go to your doctors for healing. You are making effort, but where you can secure your healing is available, yet you are not going there. There is not one sickness that can be brought today to Christ's ambassadors living mission, Jesus' mission headquarters on earth right now, that will not be healed. Try it and see. If you have the sick, bring them to Jesus' mission headquarters. I bet you are going to see that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. You're going to discover that he is the one which is, which was, and which is to come. What he is doing right now, which was what he did yesterday, he will do tomorrow. Please hear me. There is healing available. Don't waste yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't destroy your destiny. Anybody can be healed. You can be healed. And I'm telling you how you can be healed of any sickness is to follow the scriptural way. Follow the biblical way. God has a way. There is a way that may seem right unto a man. If it is not the right way, you will labor until you destroy yourself. Proverbs 14 verse 12. Proverbs 16 verse 25. There is a way that may seem right unto a man. Going to men might seem right unto a man. Going to harbor homes might seem right unto a man. Going and taking drugs, there's no harm in taking drugs. But drugs can never cure. No drug can cure. No doctor can cure. They can treat you. They can prescribe drugs. You can go to your pharmacies to collect or to buy those drugs. But I tell you something, doctors and pharmacies can never heal. Only God can heal. And he says, I am the Lord that heals. Not I was the Lord that healed, or I will be the Lord that will heal, or I am the Lord that will heal. No, I am the Lord that heals. Exodus chapter 15 verse 26. Jesus the same yesterday and today and forever. Exodus 3:14. The Bible said, I am that I am is my name forever. God has never changed. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. I am the Lord, I change not. So you can never be consumed, even though you are sons of those that most often don't bother about me. Please just don't worry. I'm saying something very seriously. Now, my point is that unless you follow the right way, though you are pursuing the right course, you can end in a very wrong way. Pursuing healing the wrong way or ignorantly can lead to your death, and God will not be less God. God wants you healed. That's what He's going to teach you. How anyone can be healed, how to be healed of any sickness or disease, is to follow what I want to teach in this series, because this is part one. I am coming with other parts. Time is running. Please take note. Just anyone can be healed, but you must understand how to be healed of any sickness, because with God, all things are possible. Your healing is possible. All you need is to know how, and then it will be done. I pray as we tidy up this part and go to the next part that God will give you the grace to hear, for you will be healed in Jesus' mighty name. Amen and amen. God bless you.